numb no matter how hard you try. D.O.B. to R.I.P. Is that really me?
Hi, I'm Russell C Brennan, and I do love collector's items because I grew up as an avid record collector and limited editions. I'm into that sort of thing. So when I put my own work out, many of my records are very collectible, changing hands, £50, £100 each. So I thought, right, I've got a new book out about my photography and song lyrics, and so it's a limited edition, only 100, all individually numbered, and I sign them as well. So I thought what I'd do today is just give you a quick insight into what the book's about. So as I said, Voyeurs Welcome, the new book, but there's lots and lots of photos and lots of lyrics and poems, even an award-winning one, what can I say. So what I'm going to try and do, I haven't got time to go for all of them, but as I say, I like to give a bit of behind the scenes info. So I'll just pick some at random and give you a quick insight into them. Here's one, let me see, did a record sleeve for my ex-missus called Censorship, and when I did it, this is one of my early photos, everyone started saying, oh, did David Bowie take the shot? Well, that was a bit of a buzz. He didn't take it, I did. So I didn't really still take photography seriously at that time, but you know, then I kind of just did it from time to time because people liked the sleeves, record sleeves, they saw posters and stuff, and then a few things was called iconic. Then some years later I did this photo of Misty wrapped around the cello. People went mad for that, and lots of people asked me, well, you know, that's a great photo, hey, what light meter did you use, what kind of you know, all the technical stuff. And to be honest, you don't need to know technical stuff to take a great photo. Shattering illusions there, I've got to say. Yeah, you can go to college, learn all about it, but I've never done a course in my life, so I just kind of picked up the camera and took the shot. It's all about composition as far as I'm concerned. And I just had an idea one night. We came home judging the Battle of the Bands, had a few drinks at the time, and my wife had my ex-wife Eleanor had this nude poster, very tastefully done, that became iconic, and she said, when do I get my new tasteful poster? So I said, alright, I'll do something tonight. Then she stripped off and I said, wrap yourself around my cello. Went to take the photo, the flash didn't even work, so then I went into my kitchen, had a strip light, so it was good lighting, but I could just tell by looking at using my eyes, not losing a light meter. I had the idea, took the photo, 2 shots later I had the iconic shot because I knew the composition I wanted, and that's what it's all about as far as I'm concerned in a nutshell. Ideas, composition. So anyone who's got that instinct for it, I would say just go for it. Right, this last year, a reason I've decided to go for this book and kind of really go to town on photography, as I say, Saatchi signed me up for some more work, and I'm developing a new thing called alien art. And I've been working with a new French muse of mine, and she's inspired me a lot, and we started doing this alien art thing, which is basically to turn shots, unusual shots we're doing, into things like this one, an alien landscape, but it was something else, but I'll leave it up to you to try and work out what it is. Another one, because it was to do with aliens, we thought, right, let me see, what else can we do? There was one where I you know, took a very old Chinese kind of what do you call it, snuff box, not snuff box, snuff bottle, and it looked very interesting. It's thousands of years old, but I decided if the aliens came so far away, travelling light years, they'd be a bit thirsty. So I did this shot, where she's drinking light from the 1,000-year-old snuff bottle, or a couple of 1,000-year-old snuff bottle. So that's another alien-related one. Another thing that happens is when I go to different countries, I get challenged to take photos, and I was in Shanghai this year, and there's a big backdrop of you know, touristy thing. There's the Pearl Tower and all the backdrop. It looks fantastic. Got to go and see it if you ever go to Shanghai. But people said, oh, a million people took pictures of the Pearl Tower. I bet you couldn't take a different one. And Then I turned up with this one, and they said, oh, that's made it look so different to what anybody's ever taken it. So I do love a challenge, and it's a good photo, and it's in the book. Another thing I did is I went to Tokyo. This looks a bit rubbish maybe to your eyes, but what I did is went like that with the camera, question mark, and it's question marks all going through the whole of Tokyo. So another kind of quick bit of improvisation to try something different. There's all types of shots, you know, promo shots for pop groups and what have you. And then another one, I was asked to take pictures of Japanese life, and I just kept seeing all these people asleep on the train all the time. I kept thinking, why is that? And they really work hard in Japan for no extra money, no such thing as overtime over there. You have to consider being what's called a company man and show what you can do. So I kept seeing these people sleep, and I thought if I saw a whole row of them asleep, I'd snap them, and that was my idea that summed up Tokyo. People all asleep on the tube. So again, you know, unusual photos but capture something. And I could go on about lots of other photos, but I think I should now go on to the lyrics. What are the lyrics about? Well, some people just, you know, I prefer to make their own imagination what the lyrics are about, but there's some save the world type songs, because that's what I started off doing. Then there's personal stuff, like there's one about my marriage breakup and stuff like that. But, so, you know, you get to an insight into my life by looking at a lot of the lyrics. But then I do love a cause, and I did one not long ago. One of the things that comes up a lot is age prejudice, and I'm really big on hate any sort of prejudice. So when I was young, I was asked, I actually sold my first film script when I was like 17 or something, and then I got a book, what I thought was a book deal, and this agent said, oh, we love your book. Went to meet the agent, they said, oh, didn't realise you're so young, you're only 17, sorry, can't sign you up. Age prejudice in a nutshell. So it put me off a bit, the book industry, although I'm finally going to get back into it now, you know, many years later. So yeah, that's one example. Another example was to do with photos. The first time I took the photo seriously, when I was getting a lot of buzz after the Misty Cello one, the company in Carnaby Street said, we want to show your photos at an exhibition. They started getting it all together. I had to sign this form and they had to fill in my age. 32. They said, oh, sorry, you're too old. I thought, what? No, you had to be under 30 or something for some ridiculous reason, you know. And I thought, well, blimey, just everything's to do with a number. And when you read the papers, what you see is always a number next to the name. So-and-so, Joe Bloggs, 45. Jane Doe, 33. Who gives a whatever? You know, should be about who they are. That number next to their name don't exactly make it might give you a rough idea, but today you've got people who look a lot younger than they are, a lot older than they are, so it's irrelevant putting a number next to their name. But some people unfortunately judge in writing. When they see next to a name, they make an immediate judgment against you, and I think it's wrong. So therefore I've written a song called Numbers, and it's in here, the lyrics. And that's just one of many songs, and that's a good example of when I like to write about a cause of some sort. Then there's stuff that do the test of time, getting through the day. That's a bit like Dead End Street that Kinks did, you know, about how people have it hard and so on like that. Then there's, you know, then there's more humorous lyrics. I did with Ministry of Ska, like one called Condoms, very funny song. Then there's, I grew up as a mod, so I've got some mod lyrics. One called Mod Girls that I wrote for Eleanor. Yeah, there's kind of lots of different ones. One about Tokyo, because obviously I spent some time there doing photos, and then I wrote songs about it. So yeah, there's a wide variety of different things that's worth checking out. So if you like what I'd call decent lyrics that's got something to say for themselves, and you like a stunning shot, and you like something a bit different, and of course there's a few erotic ones in there, because I do like to do the erotic photography as well, can't say I don't. And yeah, so that kind of sums up the book really. And even, but to give something back in a way, I thought, right, let's do something different. And so I decided, let's do a contest in here. Like you answer a few questions, get put into a hat, and the winner gets to co-write a song with me, and the song gets released. Can't say fairer than that. So, you know, not many people would give that opportunity to, say, an unknown songwriter, but I've decided, you know, I like to do something different all the time, you know, try a new different angle. So I'm doing that, and of course a lot of people want me to do their photos but can't afford me, so I thought, right, let's give a free photo session away for another competition. So that's another thing, and I try to give an insight into what it, you know, a few tips about photography and songwriting, you know, but at the end of the day, as I say, it's instinct, it's if you've got what it takes. So, you know, so it's a limited edition, as I say, only 100. In fact, by the time you're watching this video, it might have even sold out for all I know, because it is selling fast. So it's 20 quid, but well worth it, because it's a limited edition, and as I said, individually numbered, and I'll be signing it. So get yourself, if this is your cup of tea, I would suggest you get it straight away. There should be a link underneath this video you're watching, or if you have to, you can get it at Amazon, but it might be more expensive at Amazon. But I'd suggest get the book from the link under the video, and hopefully it's not sold out already. So that's been Russell Brennan about my new book, Voyeurs Welcome, and I hope you check it out. See you next time. Oh, I nearly forgot. There's one other thing that's extra special about this book. My number one inspiration is David Bowie. Everyone knows that. He's one of the most innovative people of all time, and it was a sad loss when he died and went to another planet on January the 11th. And I was happened to be doing a photo session with my muse on that day, and we decided we better do a tribute to him. Although I produced some of his songs before, I decided he was a painter and he liked art, so we just did a thing I called Stargirl, and it's exclusive to this book. Stargirl for the Star of Man, in fact, it's now been retitled, so that's just another reason to get the book. So that's definitely all for now, so be seeing you.
We are all voyeurs. We just